What's up, everybody? It's K4K Crypto here. You know, Pulsex is pretty cool, but blah, who cares about that? Who even cares now? We've got something cooler in the pipelines. Pulsex, who needs it? I thought Pulsex was cool. Man, just wait till Richard Hart's wallet coin comes out with a sacrifice phase. I've been looking into the potential for this. I think it's even better than Pulsex. I think it's literally better. Depends how he builds it, but it's got huge potential. If what I'm thinking is possible, I'm gonna give you guys some numbers. You can make your own decision if you think it's amazing or not. Also, just some quick news. Pulsechain may launch in May, mid-May. The devs said that's the earliest that we might see it, based on when they get the totals completed. And then we're pretty much ready. Other than that, I want to thank all my patrons and members and everyone who follows and subscribes, likes the video. If you liking the video, you probably should like it now because I'm going to show you this amazing info on wallet potential and the coin and what we can expect to see in the sacrifice phase potentially. Let's see, what do we got here? I'm missing something. Oh yeah, you're gonna want to subscribe because we just finished a 100,000 hex giveaway for the last 2 weeks. We had it running, and I'm not going to discuss the winner here yet. I think that comes up in the next day or so. But if you didn't hear about a 100,000 hex giveaway, well, maybe you should have been subscribed. Okay, so you never know what's gonna pop up. That's worth like $13,000 right now. Plus, you'll get your Pulsechain copy and everything of Hex. So, yeah, if you want to get that kind of stuff, you want to hit the bell notification because you don't want to miss whenever these things are announced. We're giving away thousands and thousands of dollars on this channel sometimes. Anyway, so I looked into MetaMask swap feature, which they initiated basically a year and a half ago in October 2020. That for the first 6 months, they didn't really do much volume with the swap feature, but then they just started basically raking in the dough. They're just freaking printing. Like this guy said. Like while no one was looking, MetaMask just started freaking printing, making $170,000 a day in fees at 20 million a day in volume. Like this was a year ago. Yes, the numbers are bigger now. But I'm just giving you an idea of what we may expect if Richard is to make a sacrifice coin for a wallet that isn't just, it's not going to be a duct taped on token. So with just $20 million of volume through the swapping through MetaMask directly, MetaMask earns around like $200,000 a day. And that was a year ago. This is 1.23 billion like cumulative volume they've done. Well, now they've got almost 19 billion, and that's all. 18 of this billion basically happened in just 1 year, even though they've been out for like 1.6 or 1.5 years. They've got like 90+% of it was just in the last 12 months. So wow, that's crazy. Now if you do the math, which I did, I did the math. 18 billion times the fee, the service fee, which is 0.875% per swap. They just take that much away from whatever you're trading. So if you trade $10,000, you get $87.5. That's how much they're earning on that amount. Which, when there's billions of dollars, this is the number. This is the number you get in yearly revenue, which is insane. Now, what I've found is what they do with their fees they generate, they actually, whatever it is, they turn it into Ethereum. And since they did that, now the revenue they earned since Ethereum appreciated was like 350 million. So they're basically making almost $1 million a day in revenue. Now, imagine Richard Hart's token has tokenomics similar to Pulsex buy and burn and uses that revenue to buy up its own token supply off the market and then burns it. So what you'd be seeing is potentially we'll just go with the lower number. So like $500,000 a day of buy pressure for this coin. Now I also did the math on if you had $10 million of liquidity for the token that's attached to the wallet. If you have $10 million of liquidity, which is pretty decent lick, if there's $150 million pushed into that, like say it was just a market order, instead of like spreading it out over time and assuming buying and selling, just want to give you a good picture here. Since price moves as a square, if you put in 15 times the liquidity as basically buy pressure, then you have to square that number. So since 150 is 15 times 10 million, 15 times 15 is 225. So 225x the price if no one even bought at all. Like if no one bought at all, just the buying itself up from the revenue, it would be pushing up the price of whatever his wallet coin would be called. And that's crazy. That's if no one bought or sold. So even if there's no user wants to buy it, it's being bought up by everyone just doing these swaps and then instigating the buy and burn. So wow, and that's pretty cool, right? You're like, oh well, I think Pulsex can do better than that. If we're doing 1 billion a day in volume, that's more volume than MetaMask swaps. But MetaMask's fee is so much higher. It's almost 1%. And they don't care what chain you're using. So you're chain agnostic. You're DEX agnostic. If someone goes and trades on Uniswap, do you get anything in Pulsex? Like, does Pulsex get bought up? No. If they trade on SushiSwap, do you get does your coin Pulsex pump from that? No. But if everyone's using a wallet, or just some people are using this wallet and they're swapping through it, which people tend to do, I just showed you this is what they were doing. Well, now this is how much volume they're doing. It's not like it has no volume. It's literally a proven concept, and I can see why Richard wants to build it. Since you don't care about the chain or the DEX, you're basically so safe. It's like such a safe coin to hold because you're owning 1% of basically DeFi trading in general, no matter which chain wins or which DEX wins. You're not locked into like, oh no, all these better features are on Uniswap v3, and so they're going to get a lot of volume over there, and our volume's going to dry up over here. Nope, it doesn't matter if they're trading through the wallet. Then if they're using v3, if they're using any v2 AMM, if they're using 0x, if they're using, dude, it doesn't matter. You're super agnostic. You don't care where they're trading, what they're trading. It gets revenue, and then it also could potentially be buying up its own token supply. Maybe only half of it's used for buying up token supply. The rest is used by Richard's dev team or something, or an address that you expect no profit from the work of them. But any amount of this is crazy because look at this number, guys. Look at this. Look at this number. This is unique accounts. We've grown. Let's see, where's it here? Where's it? Okay, this one. So this is from a year ago. They had 100,000 unique accounts using the swap feature. In a year, it 11x'd. So doesn't that number look pretty low, guys? Just 1.1 million people trading through swaps. I think MetaMask has around 20 million wallet users. And so this is around 5% are using the swap feature. And I think we're going to see more than 1 million people joining DeFi over the next couple years. I would do you think this number can't 10x? Do you think this number can't 100x in the next 5 years? Oh my gosh, we're growing so fast. DeFi trading is the future, and you can implement into the trading through the swaps, basically 0x protocol. Richard talks about it sometimes, but I did some deep dive research into it. And it allows centralized not centralized. Well, centralized exchanges, like they have market makers and OTC desks, which are people who they trade over the counter large amounts, like huge amounts. They're like, oh, we want to buy $100 million worth of something. How do we scale in? We don't want to move the price crazily, and we don't want to set orders like on chain. So they keep it off chain, and they set orders kind of in 0x protocol, which is like an API that connects OTC desks and professional market makers with centralized exchange experience and liquidity and large volume, and they are able to facilitate orders, almost basically giving huge orders no slippage because they're able to fill like all of it because there's these like hidden limit orders almost that soak up trades on dexes. So you're kind of migrating from centralized exchange liquidity trading to DeFi trading through 0x, and you can have all this functionality through a wallet swap feature. Now, if you're super tech savvy, you know that you can get the same benefits without paying the swap extra service fee by using matcha.xyz. That's matcha.xyz. That's the best place to trade on Ethereum that I've found. It aggregates everything, including 0x liquidity, which is like off-chain private liquidity, plus Uniswap, plus SushiSwap, plus 1inch. It includes all those routes as the best routing. But most users, they don't know which websites to go to, and MetaMask swapping is the best option for them. They get the most back. Even if they do pay a larger fee, they get less slippage that would have been more so if they just, tried to go to SushiSwap or something. So, and it's very convenient. That's why you see all this volume. It's just growing and growing and growing. Almost $19 billion of accumulated USD volume. That is huge. So, people are always going to need a Web3 dApp wallet that allows them to connect to dApps and interact with their coins. If Richard's team can make a solid Web3 wallet with like amazing features and maybe an awesome token to go with it, I don't see how that would be a bad call as like the next coin to get into. So I'm very excited to bring this information to you guys. And also, if you don't have a VPN yet, I'd recommend checking out my video on VPNs, and I'll have another one coming out on like the security benefits more specifically. So I made a video on VPNs a little bit back, but it's good for protecting your IP from being like sniffed and harvested, and it also it just keeps you extra safe when you're surfing the internet. So people can't pinpoint your like location. It gives you other benefits. It actually sped up my download speed because my internet provider literally like throttles my stuff all the time, and I was able to get around that by using a VPN. And so you can check that out in the video, and you can get a special discount if you use my code in the video. I won't prop it up here, but yeah, just want to let you guys know that. A lot of people I get a lot of good feedback. People are like, wow, thank you, and thanks for the discount. It's very cheap. It's like less than $3 or something. Yeah. What else we got? All right, let me tell you guys about some awesome stuff. I told you guys this is awesome stuff. Let me give you a little bit more. And here's the confirmation here of you can use MetaMask swaps on other networks too. You don't have to be an Ethereum mainnet. Like you can do swaps on Polygon, for example, and as other side chains become available, you can add custom networks, and as they come in line, you can try it out. So basically, if any new chains come out that are EVM based, even Ethereum growing, all of that, being a part of that wallet that pumps itself up through revenue being sent through the buy and burn, if they decide to go that route, it could be huge. So I'm really curious to see what Richard plans to implement. I'm hoping maybe they even implement privacy first type tech. So like by using the wallet, you almost anonymize yourself. Like if you go into certain coins, perhaps it just always adds you to a pool in like a decentralized way. Then whenever you move your coins again, they're anonymous. And so you're kind of onboarding people to protect their privacy as just like an added benefit. You don't have to really sacrifice anything, and it's very simple. If they can implement that, I think you'd get huge traction over time, and people would be more protected. There's lots of different additions to the wallet that could be made, just user experience type stuff, descriptions, documentation, how you can sort your stuff, keep track of your stuff. You know how easy people lose stuff in DeFi? You're like, oh, where did I put those tokens? Where'd I stake those? Being able to find the stuff is pretty important sometimes. Anyway, just wanted to give you guys an update on what I think is the next biggest project for after Pulsechain and Pulsex is launched. I do think those two coins are going to absolutely do mad numbers in the coming years. But the next biggest thing, I think, is the wallet coin. So keep an eye out for that. And don't fall asleep and miss out on the next biggest Richard Heart project. If you missed out on Pulsechain and Pulsex, be sure to subscribe and comment below if you have any ideas on new videos you'd like to hear about, information-wise, because I'm going to keep you guys up to date on all the new Richard Heart ecosystem stuff, because this is the best stuff in crypto. Everything else in crypto is a bunch of like memes and jokes, and we're building the stuff that is actually furthering your power and financial position in the best way possible, because Richard Heart is basically like 2 years ahead of everybody else in crypto on a lot of different issues. And so when he builds something, it's years in advance tech, in my opinion, compared to all these other projects who are like, oh, we're going to try this, and oh, everybody got wrecked. Like, they're trying completely brand new stuff instead of just what works, and we're going to tweak it a little bit and use it to our advantage to make a better product at like a better price. And so that's the stuff Richard creates, and he's already proven himself with HEX, did 10,000x returns in 1.5 years. He even called it that it was going to happen within 2.5 years, did it in 1.5. What other founder calls the price performance and then is like way in the money? Like, so the guy's proven himself with like the dev team and stuff, the quality they're able to bring out. And I think we're going to see more and more development on the Pulsechain, and we're going to see more developments with Pulsex. I got more information coming for you guys, and if you have any good ideas, put them down in the comments or join the Telegram group. If you want to support me, there's a membership for YouTube or a Patreon. If you want to do that, it's completely unnecessary, but it makes me feel good, like I'm providing some good information to you guys. And if you enjoy it, then be sure to hit the like at least. Thanks, guys. I'm going to head out. Thanks for watching. Peace.